our lead generation ad, and rather than reinvent the wheel, I'm just going to walk through one that I've already set up and used, although it's been quite a while. So again, we're in Ads Manager, and we can create a lead generation ad. Name it the campaign. Again, you can name whatever you want. I recommend what type of ad, and because I plan on creating more ads under this campaign, I just left it at lead generation. But again, name it something that you'll recognize and be able to use in the future. Facebook is under regulation, so if you're running ads dealing with employment or housing or credit, you have to check this. They really strictly regulate that kind of stuff. They also regulate a lot of things in the medical field. I've had difficulty running ads for like chiropractors. You have to be very careful with what you say, how you say things. It makes it pretty difficult when you're creating the ad. And sometimes Facebook's algorithm, their computer systems, just so you know, sometimes they'll reject an ad because their computer systems or algorithms might flag your ad for a particular reason. And sometimes you just have to check or dispute their rejection, and actually, have a human review it. And sometimes you'll get your ad approved when you do that. Sometimes you have to change some things, the way you word things and that kind of stuff, depending on what type of ad you're running. So here we got lead generation ad already set up in our campaign. It's going to be, the objective is lead generation. You can turn on budget optimization if you want. You can set your daily budget. Again, I recommend, if you're on a tight budget, doing this. It just kind of protects you from overspending, because Facebook will basically spend whatever you tell it can spend. Okay, so if you've got a budget of $10 a day, or when you're first starting an ad, you need to test it. So I recommend not spending more than really $10 to $30 a day, depending on your budget, when you're first starting an ad, because you want to see how it's going to perform, and then you can make adjustments and put more money behind it if it's something that's starting to perform well. So again, you're going to go through the same process that we've already done before. We're going to create an ad set, or who's our target audience, what page we are, what we're running this on, what our budget and schedule is. I was running this to the Dayton area. It's already scheduled to end. So you can see here I was targeting Dayton, Lima, Sydney, particular demographics for what I was trying to do. Now there is something also that you can play around with called expansion. Where was it there? Audience expansion. And you can mess around with that and see if that helps your ads perform right here. Expand your detailed targeting to reach more people when it's likely to improve performance. Generally, I do like to have that turned on. Again, we want to edit our placements. We don't want our ad just running everywhere, because there's places on Facebook that just don't perform well. And even though they recommend automatic, I recommend picking where you want your ad to show up. So the news feed, Instagram news feed, is the primary areas, especially for lead generation ads. You're going to want to stick with the news feeds. That's where lead generation ads just perform better. So edit that. We've already, this is already going to be optimized for leads because it's a lead generation ad. So that's our target. I want to get into the actual ad, because there's some specific things that we need to set up for a lead generation ad. We're going to go through our typical setup process. A single image or video. Again, performance all depends on getting attention and drawing people in. So do you have an image that is grabbing attention and illustrates what you need? So if you do have a great video made, or a carousel can be used, well done, but when you're just starting off, I recommend just a good single image. And if you find that your ad isn't performing well, and we're going to do a video later on how to look at your metrics and adjust your ads, but if you find your ad isn't quite performing great, the first thing that typically you want to change is the image, and that can dramatically change the performance of your ad. So we've gone in here, we've selected an image. You can see my headline, "Advertising Sucks," is designed to grab the attention of my target audience. I'm going to pull people in with my interest. My headline is what I'm offering, a free download of 4 marketing strategies that actually work. And again, we've talked about this strategy of which kind of shows up more in the desktop feed than the mobile feed, but getting people to click that download button. So we can select which kind of button we want, sign up for something, subscribe, but I'm offering a free download, so we've put in that. Now here's the major thing for a lead generation ad that you need to know about is you're going to have a form built into it. So I've already got this one created. Let me see if it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think once you have them created, Facebook really doesn't let you edit them. It's more difficult. There's a process about it. Let me just create another form to show you what this looks like, or I'll just duplicate what I already had from. There we go. So let me just go next and see if it'll let me do this. Yeah, so here we go. So here's where you get into your form settings. So this is a new feature, the form type. What's the goal of your campaign? You want it to fill out quickly and submit on a mobile device. This is really what I recommend. Studies have shown that the less things that you have for them to put in, the higher rate that you'll get people to fill out the form. And they can submit it quickly. This they have to go through a review step. So we want to make it fast and easy for people to fill out our form. And then we have an introduction. You can see that where would you like the download sent? So I'm asking them, this is how I'm going to give you the download. I need your contact information. So I do recommend doing this intro. Use the same image that you used in your ad. Sometimes you can change that to a picture of what you're giving them, whether it's a coupon or a picture of the download. You can add that there. Let me know where to send your guide. If you've got more information that they need in order to fill out this form, then put this in here. Otherwise, just stick with this kind of hey, I want to send you this. You want it. Where am I sending it to? The questions is what contact information that you need. And again, the less the better. I could even take out phone number. The nice thing about, the powerful thing about Facebook is that Facebook can autofill this information. They've already got the people's names, emails, and phone numbers. So this will autofill for them. All they have to do is click the next button. Here's the one thing we didn't talk about on the strategy. In order to run lead generation forums, you do have to have a privacy policy. And so you've got to have a privacy policy. You've got to link to it in your form. People have to be able to see your data and privacy policy in the form that they're filling out. So that is one thing that I didn't talk about that you do need to have first. You can do a search for privacy policy generator online, and for free you can auto-generate privacy policies. You just put in the information that you need in there, and it auto-generates one for you, and then you just copy and paste it onto one of your web pages. So you do have to have this in order to run the lead generation form. You can add a disclaimer if you're offering different things. And then a thank you screen is the last part. Once they submit their information, you can say, hey, thanks, you're all set. Your guide's on its way. While we're at it, did you know a 30-minute strategy session could reveal thousands of dollars in hidden business that you could generate? Again, this is optional for you. If you think it'll help, you can click. They can click on to view your website. You can offer the download right then and there. If you do a download button, you can put. You can actually add the file to this where they download it automatically. That is a feature that they've added, and I do use, because you've already got their contact information. They've already submitted their contact information, and so you can give them the download immediately, or you can just wait and send them the download from your CRM system, like we talked about in yesterday's video. Any final settings, you can let people share it or keep it restricted to people that are delivered the ad directly, or people can share your ad. You can add custom IDs to those fields in your form if you need it. Again, depending on your CRM, that might be useful. And then tracking parameters. You can add different parameters, again, for your CRM and that kind of stuff. That's a little bit more complex, higher level. So this is the form. You want to give it a good name. I'm not going to go with this because I've already created this, but that's how you fill out the lead generation form. We've set up our pixel, so we want to select one that's active and working. You can see Infusionsoft is also I've got set up to track this ad. So once everything's done and ready to go, we simply publish. Again, my campaign is off, so it's not actually going to run, but this is going to publish any changes that I've made. And then we start rolling, and we start collecting those leads, and hopefully you've got your system thought out and set up of what to do to follow up with those leads once they start coming in. So hopefully that helps, and you can think through your strategy, set up a lead generation ad, and this is one of the most cheapest, most powerful, effective ways to getting leads for your business. So let me know how it's going and if you need any help setting this up.